JF Studio, making it real.
Thank you. Welcome to the JF Live Studio. Today we are on a live session with my leader here, man from Kibra, and the leader from Kibra, and the leader of ODM party. So today we want to talk about some issues that are affecting our constituency, world, and the entire nation. So welcome. I'm Joseph, I'm your host, and I want to introduce my leader today. It's Mr. Wiseman, and Omo will take some time to explain who is Wiseman. Yes, let me welcome Omo.
Asante sana.
Karibu.
Thank you. Our viewers, I am at JF Studios today with my good friend, Mr. Joseph. He is the founder of this studio. Even before introduction, I would like to encourage all of us to consider following him on his pages, the JF Studios, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, because this is one of the ways we can support our own. This is a studio based in Olympic, and we all need to support one of our own. Thank you again for inviting me here. My name is Godfrey Omo, popularly known as the Wiseman. I'm the Secretary General of the ODM Kibra, and also the Deputy President or the Vice President Bunge la Wananchi Kibra. I'm happy to be here, and thank you very much, Joseph.
Welcome so much. Okay, today I want Mr. Omo to explain us what is Bunge la Wananchi, because he's among the founders of the Bunge la Wananchi, and the Bunge la Wananchi started a long time ago, and I think Omo has some substance on Bunge la Wananchi. So let Mr. explain to us what is it.
Thank you, Joseph. Bunge la Wananchi is a people's assembly. It is where the public gather, where we conduct civic education, and at least discuss national issues, national, local, and every other issue that matters to our life. It is just a replica of what we are seeing in National Assembly. It is where people debate openly, without emotions, without feelings. It is a platform whereby you just come, address whatever you want the people to hear from that particular Bunge la Wananchi. And I also want to welcome people to our Bunge la Wananchi Kibra, based in Mashimoni, the bypass. It is an open forum for each and every person. Don't shy away with your opinion. It is a very important platform for everybody, whether you are no term, one term, two term, or any other term. Just come there, express yourself, and you'll be heard.
Okay, you have heard that. So I want to ask my good friend, Mr. Omo, why is the Bunge la Wananchi rising so much nowadays? You can see a big rise of it is everywhere now, Bunge la Wananchi. Yeah, why is it rising very fast now?
One thing, we want to thank the previous government, that is the Kibaki government. You see, a free secondary education has really enlightened very many of us, and people would like to, it is exercising their right. It is your right to hold the leaders to account, and one of the platforms where leaders can be held to account are such like Bunge la Wananchi. You see, in such platforms, people will express themselves, what they think is not going on well, the government is not doing right, and every other thing that is affecting their lives. So this is one of the very open platform. There is no qualification, and you are not supposed to be voted by anybody or appointed by anybody to attend such forum. within a forum whereby, as long as you have a burning issue that you think should be brought to the national limelight, you just come to Bunge la Wananchi. And we also want to thank the media people, the media team, the young media team have really helped. Like JF, you've really helped in promoting Bunge la Wananchi Kibra and any other media. So as long as we have this media, this information will not end at Bunge la Wananchi Kibra. It will be aired and people will see it across the country, maybe even international. So this is one of the benefits of having these bunges, and we need to have these bunges as far as in each and every constituency or sub-county, or even wards, because it's a platform for public participation as well. When we speak at the ward level, the national leaders will know exactly what the people of Sarangombe or any other ward in Kenya are saying.
Okay, but okay, to be specific, there is Kamkunji here, but why is it you decided to put it at Mashimoni? Why is it that you never converge and put it in the Kamkunji there? Yes,
back there we wanted to launch Bunge la Wananchi Kamkunji, but then there are leadership issues with the current leadership of Kamkunji. They insisted that we cannot have another Bunge within there. So this is why the people of Kibra decided to have Bunge somewhere else, because the issues being addressed at Kamkunji are equally very important issues. I am a product of Kamkunji and I appreciate Kamkunji being there, and I'm still a member at the moment. I'm not left Kamkunji. But now the leadership, the current leadership, did not buy the idea. Yes, and we could not force them to have the same Bunge la Wananchi over there. So that's why, in fact, we are not we were just invited by the Mashimoni guys to join them. Yes. Yes. So it is because the people, I don't know, the fear of unknown, I don't know why they didn't want it to happen at Kamkunji, I don't know.
Okay, but I see there is some conflict between you and Kamkunji people, or because when we attended the Bunge la Wananchi there I can hear people talk different languages. Some people are being chased away from Kamkunji. I heard a boy saying that there is a person who chased because there is a one-term, so he was chased away from Kamkunji grounds. Oh, is it true or just allegation?
Yeah, there is a directive that was issued by the chairman of Kamkunji. You see, every Bunge has got their rules. So if you cannot fit in within the rules of Kamkunji, then the only way is to look for an alternative. You cannot go. Once you join any other Bunge, there are rules. If you see the rules are not favoring you, you have a right to do your politics somewhere else, because we have so many other Bunges. The other day, Troy launched another one. Another one has been launched at Troy. So if you feel Kamkunji is doing you injustice, there are options.
So why don't you merge the Troy and Kibra Bunge la Wananchi? Because I can see you are just in the same area. So why duplicating these things? Why do the Troy guys who made the Bunge la Wananchi, or I don't know what it is being called, but why do they merge it so that we can have a very big Bunge la Wananchi which is known?
So I think it's just like churches today. You see, when Christianity came to Africa, we had Catholic. Today the church has spread, but we have so many branches, and Troy chapter is, I can just say it's just like a branch of Kibra, because Kibra Bunge is the biggest Bunge in Kibra currently, And maybe we've not seen or we've not met with the bunge la wananchi Toi chapter leadership. It was just launched the other day. I think that bunge is 3 days old, so we don't know more about it. At the moment, we'll come to know the leadership and the reason why they started it. Maybe they have convincing reasons to start it there. Maybe the distance might be an issue and all that. So I think once they start it, we'll still have a conversation with them and see what we can do to have a stronger bunge la wananchi within Kibra.
So if you can be able to meet the leaders from Toi bunge la wananchi, you can talk and merge the bunge to make it as one.
It's an option. It's an option.
Yeah, so that you can be stronger together.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a thing that is rising. I can see. Well, yesterday we were having people from Jacaranda, but earlier on we were seeing Jacaranda was singing 2 term, 1 term. But there is rising thing that I can see there that it is now 1 term. Because people from Jacaranda who are there, all of them were singing 1 term. Is there any political hand in this bunge la wananchi?
Oh, I think first of all, to answer that, you see, Jacaranda bunge members are my good friends.
Yes.
We've been with them for quite some time. But then you see, in Jacaranda there are factions as well. It is only that the people who visited us yesterday were singing 1 term. But the other time we had Songa Songa and Melesos. Melesos is a 2 term, Songa Songa is a 1 term. So I think yesterday the 1 term people decided to work together. That's why we only saw a section of them here. But when you go to bunge la wananchi Jacaranda, there are so many people who are doing 2 term politics. You have the Mosh, Wanawa, Kimbi Kimbi, they did not come, Melesos. There are so many other people. And then there is these people aligned to James Orengo. The people who visited us are supporters of James Orengo. So obviously you understand. But I don't really think if there is a hand, but both of us, in the end, we will have 1 term and 2 term. That is what is currently going on in Kenyan politics. And maybe, even in our bunge, there are 1 term and 2 term, you know that. But maybe the 2 term dominates, unlike Jacaranda and other bunges. But I believe we will, at one time, we all agree, and it is democracy.
Yes.
You cannot force people to sing whatever time you want them.
Yeah.
It's a democratic right to make political decisions and choices.
Yes. Okay, so by now I think you want to make the Kibra bunge la wananchi very big. I can see you came out with something which is like a bunge la wananchi registration fee.
Yeah.
Can you explain to anybody who wants to join bunge la wananchi the reason for this fee?
Yeah.
And the benefits and the impact?
Yeah. Okay, number 1, as we speak today, Kibra bunge la wananchi is registered with the government. It is registered, and our certificate will come out very soon. Number 2, in every institution, we must have order and maybe membership. And the reason for registration, number 1, is to identify who are our members and who are just people who are coming to listen to politics and go home. Another thing, number 2, we might have problems. Like myself, I may get a problem today, and then I will need the help of fellow bunge members, because as a member, I cannot be having problems and walking alone with that problems. And I have friends who are members of same bunge la wananchi. Number 3, it is for the legal issues. For example, today, if something happens, the government is going after me. Maybe I made a remark that did not sit well with the government or any other person or any other private institution. I will need the help of bunge members, because they can even produce a lawyer for me, present a lawyer, or do any other thing that can help me secure justice. or to be freed. So these are some of the reasons why we need to register. And this registration fee will also help develop our bunge. There are a lot of things we require as a bunge. Today, you need public address. We don't have tents and chairs. The area is not well done. There is printing and any other issues that will arise. So we have a lot of things that we need to do as a bunge. Being a new bunge, you see, we lack almost everything. So we are calling for any other person who is willing to support Kibra Bunge. You are free to come through and support us in whatever way you can. So these are some of the reasons we need to register as members in that particular bunge.
Okay, so as I saw the place is not that pleasant. The place is somehow. Do you have any plan as a bunge la wananchi Kibra to relocate anywhere if you get a chance, or if you get a better place?
So far, I think that area has been marked by very many members.
Okay.
It has been identified, and we will just develop that area. Because I believe once developed and once we do the needful, it's going to be the best place for us. It is central. Cars can access that area freely. So I think it's the best place for us at the moment.
Okay, so in case it developed, you'll have something like a store to put all those
Yes.
equipment.
Yes.
Okay, so but the meeting place will be just there.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that's well done to the bunge la wananchi Kibra. I think we can go to another topic. There is something, the rise of the narrative of Sifuna removal. I don't know if it is true. As a politician, you can just clarify to me if Sifuna has been removed officially as a SG.
Yeah, it is official.
Yes.
And I think he is also aware.
Yes.
He is no longer the SG of the ODM party. Because you see, Sifuna was not removed as people are putting it. Sifuna wanted to leave. It's just like those of us who are married, when your wife wants to leave you, she will not tell you I'm going. You will just see her behavior, the way
you see dramas.
Yeah, dramas, the way she behaves. That's exactly what Sifuna was seeking. Because even when Baba was alive, Sifuna will read a statement today in presence of Baba. And then the following day you say that, I don't agree with the decision of the party. But the Secretary General of the party is their very important, a key leader within that particular party. So you need to abide by the decision and the position of the party always. That is how it should be. But the moment Sifuna started to come up with his contradicting resolutions, the party will decide on this. Sifuna will come with a different thing altogether as a SG. So from there, I knew that Sifuna would soon be removed. But the party just did what Sifuna wanted. Sifuna wanted to leave. It was just buying time, because the last time Sifuna was putting on.
Okay, you say Sifuna wanted to leave, but now Sifuna is in the court with the lawyers opposing the removal. So what's the reason? What if you say Sifuna wanted to leave, and Sifuna is now defending his place, the Secretary General of the ODM party? So what is it?
What Sifuna is doing is politics. That's delaying tactics. Yes. He's trying to hold the party hostage. He doesn't want the party to move on. Instead of focusing on improving the party or building the party, he wants to divert the attention of the party to shift to the court. When already Sifuna, I'm very sure they're working on a political party. They are working on a political party. So what he is doing is delaying and distracting the party from its normal operation. Because members of the party, some officials of the party will be rushing to court to discuss, to argue with Sifuna, when these resources should be diverted to some important things for the party. So Sifuna knows very well, because the moment Sifuna said he cannot work with Oburu Oginga as the SG because Oburu Oginga is a mediocre. He knows very well Oburu Odinga is still the party leader of the ODM, and you're still going to court. If court says that now Sifuna go back and become the SG, do you think they can work together? He's even aware. He's even aware they cannot work together with Oburu or the party leadership. So Sifuna is just trying to waste party's time. That is what he's doing.
So the reason for his removal was, what is it?
Going against the party position.
Okay.
Because the last time, when was the last time you saw Sifuna on an ODM t-shirt?
I never saw him.
I think for almost 3 months since Baba died, he's just walking with some white, blue. He has left the orange party. The only person in that camp that is still walking with the ODM party attire is James Orengo. Look at Babu or the rest of them.
But I can.
There's no party color.
Okay, they have been roaming around, but I've never seen them, even Orengo with the ODM party t-shirt.
Orengo has been trying over
even a cap.
Yeah, but I think Orengo, if I think in the last 2 to 3 rallies, but he's been putting on orange shirt in these different rallies for some time. But Sifuna, the moment Baba died, that's when he left the orange colors. He's focusing on a different thing. You cannot say you are the SG of the party and in your rally there are no ODM colors in the rally you are. So you are yourself.
Okay, if I may ask, you are still in ODM leadership. However the position it is, but you are still in ODM leadership. And people say that when Sifuna leave the party, or if you remove the Sifuna as a SG, then ODM is dead.
That's
so
a joke.
Is it true that now ODM is dead?
It's a joke. First, let me tell you, we had very senior leaders before in ODM who were removed, or some of them left. William Samoei Ruto was a very critical member of the ODM party. In fact, the only time the ODM was affected big is when Ruto left. You remember when Ruto left ODM? That is when we felt someone left. People who have been in ODM, very senior and very vocal leaders in ODM, like Babu Namwamba. Those who remember Babu Namwamba was a real deal. He even took oath of office in parliament with the name of Raila Amolo Odinga. We had people like Najib Balala. We have Margareta Lagat. We had the former chair of the ODM party. This man, I've forgotten the name, from Rift Valley. These were very senior leaders in ODM. And they left and nothing happened. Sifuna did not campaign even for ODM during the by-elections we had. Remember the Kasipul, the Magirini, and the Ugunja constituency. Sifuna did not campaign, but we still won, retained our seats. So the only person who is going to die politically is not the ODM party, but rather Sifuna. So by him leaving is the one dead. ODM still remains strong.
So if I may ask, because what if the court can restore his position in ODM so far, what can happen to ODM, or which step will you have as ODM party?
No, I think number one, based on the evidence and what the ODM is presenting and what is in public domain, I don't think if any court can rule in favor of Edwin Sifuna. But let's assume the court rules in his favor. Where will he work? Who will he work with? So definitely Sifuna will just be there, but he will not be discharging his duties as the SG of the ODM.
So ODM will lack SG at the same time.
We will work with Catherine Omayos. Okay. That's the current ODM SG we know.
Apart from Catherine Omayos,
yes.
Who else do you think can be in a very good position of holding that position of SG in your party, ODM?
We have so many competent people.
Yes.
Like we have Otienda Molo is a good one. We have Jared Okel, who has also showed interest. We have very many leaders who can do, like Damo Lekina. So there are so many options. ODM can never run out of options, especially when it comes to the position of the SG. So there are so many people who can take over Edwin Sifuna, and they can do even better than him, I believe.
So far, I can see some rumors. I don't know if it is rumors. I don't know if it is true that Sifuna is coming up with there is a party they are cooking. Well, I don't know if you heard anything about it.
Obviously, they are working on something. Sifuna, Babu, and Orengo, and the likes of Onyonka. They are working on a political party. And Carol Omondi. The other day, it was rumored that the People in Isa's party that was launched the other day belongs to Carol Omondi. And we also see Caleb Amisi also coming with a different political outfit. So I know these people are working on something, and definitely in the next 2 to 3 months, you will see them unveiling a political outfit. Because Orengo is not a madman to roam around claiming to be the party leader of the ODM party. Definitely they are working on something, and there is already a rift between them. You can see now Sifuna is is underground. You cannot see, people are not seeing him village. He's gone silent because maybe he is seeing Orengo. There is a conflict between Sifuna and Orengo. As you can see today, the supporters are really fighting left, right, center. There are those who are saying we want Sifuna to be the party leader. There are those who are saying Orengo is the de facto party leader. And in their last rally in Thika, you had Orengo telling Pauline Joronge that he is the senior most politician in that camp. So when others believed it was Sifuna's turn, and we also seen people from Loyaland also claiming that, it is our turn, it has to be Sifuna. And people from the lake in that camp are also saying it is Orengo. Kama si Orengo, sio mwingine. And we saw the team from Jacaranda yesterday. So it's not going to be easy for them.
So do you think if they unveil the party, then the party can bring some differences in politics in Kenya?
You see what is happening? All politicians currently who are working against William Samoei Ruto, they are working on a political outfit that is going to help them in 2032. All of them are aware they cannot defeat William Samoei Ruto in 2027.
Okay. Let me get you. Okay, if you know how Luo Nyanza is, and you are a Luo.
Yeah.
I'm also a Luo. Do you think if they unveil the party, do you think they can be different? They can sweep some votes in Luo Nyanza?
Okay. You see, Luos always vote as a bloc, and they will always follow their people. This camp which is coming up, it is not the first time we are seeing such camps. Remember in 2002, Orengo ran for presidency against Kibaki. When Raila said Kibaki tosha, he said, I'm not going to support Kibaki, I'm going to run on my own. He got about 600 votes nationwide, not even 600,000. It was 600 and something votes nationwide. When he was running on, it was SDP, I think. So he ran on SDP, got 628. He was a Luo. But the entire Luo community supported Kibaki because that was the direction of the of our leaders then in 2002. So people supported Kibaki and left Orengo. Orengo is coming with a political party. And what I want to ask the ODM party, that the only way they will allow these political parties to penetrate is when they conduct shambolic nominations. With free and fair nomination, I want to tell you, no party can beat ODM in their stronghold. As long as the nomination will be conducted in a free and fair manner, then trust you me, ODM will still dominate the entire Nyanza and its strongholds.
So you say Luo Nyanza doesn't support Orengo, but I saw Orengo in the recent mandamanos. Orengo tried to do some mandamano. I don't know if it is mandamano because I saw some leaders from Luo Nyanza were calling it a comedy. Others were calling it a drama. So I don't know if Orengo had a party or unveil their party, I don't know if they can have some impact. But what if the party is unveiled? About what about in Western region?
Now, you see, Western region has never voted as a bloc. They will always vote differently, because even in the last election, as a matter of fact, the truth is we lost the 2022 elections because of the Bungoma vote.
Yes.
The Bungoma people voted for William Samoei as a bloc from that region. And look at even how the distributions of the members of parliament within Western Kenya. You see UDA got a good number, ODM got, Ford Kenya, ANC, almost every political party reaped from Western Kenya. And I cannot rule out that as well at the moment. But still, ODM still dominates Western politics. You saw the Bungo, we still have, when you look at in terms of leadership, the top leadership, we still have the likes of Otuoma in Busia, we have Oparanya and Ferdinand Baraza in Kakamega. We still have our leaders stable there. So I don't really want to say we are going to get everything or we are going to even get more. But all I know is that both political parties, the ones they are going to unveil, the current one will reap from Western Kenya in terms of distribution of members of parliament.
Okay. It's okay. As we leave alone the Sifona's removal, let's now focus on about President Ruto election. Yes. Do you think Ruto will be re-elected?
You see, the Ruto's re-election was sailed on March 5th, 2025. The moment Baba shook hands with Ruto at KICC. That is when Ruto's fate was sealed for 2027. Apart from that, William Samoei has done tremendously well in terms of development. I will start with in terms of infrastructure. We can see roads coming up. And he is not just constructing roads for the sake of construction. He is doing this strategically. Almost today, every sub-county within the republic, there's a road coming up. Every sub-county within this republic, there's a market coming up. Even if you go back to your village, you will see one market that was built in that particular county by the national government. We've seen stadiums. Like today, Homa Bay got a stadium that was completed by President William Samoei Ruto. There is something coming up in Siaya. There is one in Migori. So when you look at in terms of infrastructure, the President William Samoei Ruto has passed the mark. He has passed the mark. Look at in terms of agriculture. Those of us who travels to Kisumu and those parts of Nyanza, you know our area has been looking for the past very many years. I happen to come from that area. That area has been just there. No improvement. People are just doing things. When you look at in terms of irrigation, compare Ahero to other areas, it was worse. Today, the president is investing in a Ahero irrigation scheme. How many presidents have passed through that road? Very many of them. But it's only William Samoei Ruto who decided that we are going to renovate this and make Ahero an irrigation scheme, a better one, that can supply, can feed the locals. In fact, if Ahero is done, revamped well, it can sustain the entire Kisumu County or even Nyanza. Look at Mwea irrigation scheme. There's renovation of about over 200 acres. We have the Galana Kulal. We have the subsidized fertilizer. Talk about the Nyauta Fund. So there are a lot of things President is doing. The other day you saw the Bomas of Kenya. He visited Bomas of Kenya. Talanta Stadium from scratch. So I think the president has done well in terms of development and he deserves another chance. He deserves another chance.
According to you?
According to me and very many other Kenyans. Very many other Kenyans.
Even to me, I'm somehow convinced.
Yes.
Because I can see our able president is trying.
He's doing well.
Yeah, don't say that I took a side, but
no,
so,
it's good to have a position because every one of us is a voter. Even journalists vote.
Yeah, they vote.
Yeah, so
they vote. But okay, people say that Ruto gives a lot of promises. So far, do you think Ruto have fulfilled some of his promises? Because we cannot say that. Do you think he's doing what he always tells people?
You see, in terms of promises, there are short-term promises and there is long-term promises. No, there are some of us who expect the president, if he tells us today that I'm going to build a stadium in Kibra, we expect this stadium to be complete in 1 year. Building, construction of roads, stadiums will take time, and there's a process. The president can promise something here today, and there is a process to be followed. It has to be approved by the executive. It has to be approved by parliament. So there is stages. There is processes of at least doing a project. You don't just wait one day.
But so far, do you think he's doing some? Because he promised people during the campaign time.
Yes.
From campaign time up to now, it is around 3-4 years. This is the 4th year.
Yes.
So, do you think the president is doing something?
He is, because
his promises.
He is, because today, if you can see, Maori Roni Summit Road is on course. Contractors are doing something. That is something he promised, and he is delivering. He said he is going to renovate, he is going to make Bomas the best thing in this country. When you go to Bomas, there is work in progress. He promised affordable housing. Go to Nyayo High Rise here. You will see houses coming up. He promised us about the SGR extension to Malaba. He already launched the project. So a lot of things are happening in the country. He built a stadium in Wajir. He promised a stadium in Wajir. He is doing it. So I think the president has fulfilled most of the promises he gave to Kenyans. And some of them are long-term. So the only thing we need to do is to give him another term so that he can complete all the promises. But if we deny him a chance, how do we expect him to complete them? So with another term, the president is going to complete almost everything he promised Kenyans. It is doable, it is attainable. He is a man in a mission.
Why is it that it's very much opposition in his government?
The reason why the president...
If the president is doing it.
You see, I want to give you examples. Now Rigathi Gachagua is opposing William Samoei Ruto. That's number one. This is the same Rigathi Gachagua who was working with Ruto 2 years after election. He is now opposing William Samoei Ruto because he was removed from the position of the deputy president. Do you think Gachagua will be opposing William Samoei Ruto if he was still the deputy president? So this is personal. As Kenyans, we are not going to be part of personal vendetta. There is something he's trying to fix some personal issues with President William Samoei Ruto. As Kenyans, we are not going to be part and parcel of this. Look at someone like Kalonzo Musyoka. He is not opposing William Samoei Ruto because William Samoei Ruto is not delivering. He is opposing him because he wants Kenyans to elect him. These are people who are seeking election. They are seeking to remove President William Samoei Ruto. So it is not about very many people opposing him. And look at these people. These people never supported Ruto in the first place. The only person who supported Ruto and has left Ruto is Rigathi Gachagua. But he left because he was removed from office. So that is the only reason he left.
So when they were together,
things were okay.
Ruto was a saint.
Ruto was a saint and he was a good man. He said a lot of good things about Ruto when he was in office. Now he's telling us the opposite because he's outside. I think that's personal and being selfish.
But Rigathi Gachagua told us he want to be Raila. Do you think Rigathi can?
Rigathi cannot be even myself, leave alone Raila Amolo Odinga, because Kenyans have been going through a lot. Have you ever seen Rigathi Gachagua on the streets protesting with Kenyans?
Yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua told us that he cannot let his people to be injured, to be killed on the street.
Yes.
That's why he called off the Mano. Yeah.
What did Baba do?
Was in the front.
Baba was in the front. At times he was in front with his family, Winnie Odinga. We saw Baba with Winnie Odinga in some of the protests. Now Rigathi Gachagua is telling us he cannot allow his people to be killed. So, and he wants justice, and he wants to be Raila Amolo Odinga. So we should just give Rigathi Gachagua clips of Raila Amolo Odinga leading protest, coming up with reforms. Remember when Raila raised about unga? Baba walked in supermarkets himself, seeing the prices, and he called on Uhuru Kenyatta by then and told him, my friend, I'm in the supermarket. The prices are still high. The prices of ungas were dropped from around 100 or something to 90. The one which was written GOK, the government of Kenya. So, Rigathi Gachagua cannot be Raila Amolo Odinga if he cannot stand with Kenyans, only inciting Kenyans, then you go and hide. You tell Kenyans, let's go to the street. These are the same people who promised Kenyans that on 25th June, is going to be a total shutdown. So Rigathi Gachagua, did you see him anywhere? So cowards cannot be Raila Amolo Odinga. This Rigathi Gachagua, Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, these are cowards. People who cannot come out openly and do exactly what they're saying.
But I never saw Babu on the street.
That's why I'm saying he's a coward. Because you cannot incite people, then go sit with your wife, watch them on TV. That is not how to do things. If you want to fight with the people, you lead from the front. You don't lead from the bedroom.
Even nowadays, if I take you back, we are just in a political nation, but of late I've not seen Babu in this very active in Linda Mwananchi. What's happening?
I told you there is a big rift within Linda Mwananchi. You see, Babu Owino is seeking the position of the governor of Nairobi, and he must tread very carefully. That's why you see him, he is really trying to align to Rigathi Gachagua. That's what Babu is doing. And maybe these other people may want it differently. You see, Kikuyus have got close to 25,000 votes. Go to Dagoretti North, where Kiari is the MP, where Elachi is the MP also. So they have significant following within Nairobi. I wish we'll Google that and you see the figures, the correct figures. Lawyers are almost, I think, number 3. Even lawyers are coming in front of lawyers. We are ahead of them in terms of votes in Nairobi. So there are people who are making a lot of noise without votes. But what I can tell you is that Kikuyus, they are the majority voters within Nairobi. But what always helps us is our unity with the Kisii lawyers.
If you say Kikuyus are the majorities, but why they have never elected a governor of Nairobi ever since? Do you think this time they will manage?
No, you see, the problem with them is always how they vote. In the last election, Kikuyus did not vote as Kikuyus, but they voted as UDA. They were following that political party. So they were voting anything UDA. That's how they voted in 2022. In 2017, an alternative of Kikuyus, they wanted a different candidate. But you see, in Jubilee nominations, it was Sonko and Peter Kenneth. Peter Kenneth was not a man of the people. You see, Sonko is a man who has been in Nairobi politics, but Peter Kenneth was transferred from Murang'a to come and run for governorship in Nairobi. So the Kikuyus in Nairobi rejected him, and they voted for Sonko during the nominations of the Jubilee because he was a Nairobian. That's how Sonko became the governor of Nairobi. Evans Kidero defeated them because Evans Kidero came with by then we had NASA. This was a combination of lawyers, Kisis, Kambas, and Luos. When these people unite, you cannot beat them no matter what. So that's how they've lost the governorship. And even in 2027, I'm sure they are not going to propose their own. They are not going to propose their own person because when you look at the united opposition arrangement, it's coming differently. The united opposition today, we are going to have maybe, let's say, DCP. We are going to have the Matiang'i, that is Jubilee. We are going to have the Eugenes. This one is called DAP-K. We are going to have Wiper. When all these political parties unite together, it will be difficult for them to land on a Kikuyu as a governor aspirant within Nairobi. So that's why you see Babu Owino trying to lean on that other side, because he knows that combination will definitely deliver governorship in Nairobi.
Recently, I had some speculation that Karauri wants to join ODM so that he can contest with the ODM party ticket in Nairobi by 2027.
No, Karauri is still in UDA, and I don't really think if he can do that mistake. You see, President William Samoei Ruto is not someone to joke around with. If he went to Mbeere North and forced a candidate against Rigathi Gachagua's candidate, the Wamudende guy, he won slightly with very. That one was William Samoei Ruto's work. He went to Western, that by election, where Panyako was to run against, what's the name of the guy? Yeah. He also won there.
Yes.
That was a delivery of William Samoei Ruto. So nobody would like to go against William Samoei Ruto in Nairobi and survive freely, especially when you are in a broad-based arrangement. And that's why you see it was speculated that Sakaja was also to join ODM. It will be tricky for him because decision will be made in broad-based. The leader of the broad-based government is President William Samoei Ruto. So he has a say. So definitely I don't really think if Karuri would do that such a mistake to relieve UDA to ODM. Yes.
Okay. So by now, who is the greatest Ruto's competitor? This coming election.
Currently, I want to say I don't see any. In fact, Ruto is going to, whoever comes is going to be defeated by William Samoei Ruto, because the united opposition is still confused. Until now, they do not have a candidate. But the only preferred candidate I see, and the only possible presidential candidate in that camp is Kalonzo Musyoka. One good thing with Kalonzo Musyoka, the Kambas will always follow him, whether he's going to lose or win. He will still enjoy the Kamba votes. But look at Kalonzo, and then talk about the Gen Z votes. He is not sellable to the Gen Zs. And that's why you see, that's where they are going to be rift, because the resistance. Because a good number of people, they are claiming to be the supporters of Gen Zs. You cannot tell a Gen Z to vote for Kalonzo Musyoka, who has been in politics, when these same people were not yet born. He has been in politics for 40 years, and he has got nothing to show. Ask Kalonzo Musyoka, what have you done for this republic? Show us even a single project for the 40 years you've been in politics. He's been a senior member in every government, and there is nothing tangible. But he is the only preferred candidate because Rigathi Gachagua cannot run. He was impeached.
But if I may talk about Gen Z. Gen Z, to me, Gen Z is somehow a revolution, and Kenya is being led by political parties. Do you think Gen Z will have a greater impact in the coming election?
Their impact is that they're going to join these existing political parties. They're not going to form their own.
Yes.
But the moment you see the agencies who are going to join ODM, some of them have already joined ODM. There are those who've joined UDA. There are those who are going to join the existing political parties. So they are not going to have a greater impact if they don't form their own political party. But they can also not form their political parties because of the internal wrangles. Everyone wants to be a leader of the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
So it's not possible for them to have a candidate. And it's also not possible for them to support these other guys we are mentioning.
So I think this thing is going to affect the Linda Mwananchi battalion, because their politics are all they dwell a lot in Gen Z thing, whereby in next coming election the Gen Zs will be
Scattered, yeah.
or in different political parties.
Yes.
So how will these people like convince these people from different, let me talk about my home. We have Gen Zs, but they do follow the orders of the parent. Yeah, the parent tells you go and vote for this person. Yeah, this is the only guy, the only man I can see can help us. And these Gen Zs are from different regions. Yes. So every region has the preferred candidate. So I don't know how Babu fighting so much for Gen Zs. Sefuna is creating even a follower page for Gen Zs, and Orengo also pitching to Gen Zs. I don't know how they are going to win with these so-called Gen Zs. Okay, let me say that recently I saw some people from Nyanza saying that we are not Gen Zs. They are from age group of that Gen Zs, but they are saying we are not Gen Zs. Why? They are saying Gen Zs is a Kikuyu narrative. It's a narrative for Murima for destabilizing government using this certain age group. So do you think these people are going to, the Linda Mwananchi are going to benefit anything from Gen Zs that are fighting?
Yes, I don't want to rule that out, because I think someone like Babu is smart. You see, he's not going for presidency. He just wants to become the governor of Nairobi. And in these other positions, Gen Zs will also have a voice when it comes to MCA, MP, governors, because Gen Zs believe I may want William Samoei Ruto, but that does not mean if I vote William Samoei Ruto, I'm going to vote UDA from top to bottom. So this is where those who are not running for presidents might reap. Because you see, for example, so many young people in Nairobi wants Babu Owino as the governor. It has nothing to do with presidency. And if they rally behind Babu Owino, they will support him. He might be elevated to somewhere. So where I know there is a problem is the presidency. There are a lot of propaganda which will come, there are a lot of narratives, there is tribal arrangements and alignments. People will think about presidencies about the general leadership of the country. So when it comes to the presidency, there is nothing like Gen Z. It is about which tribe are you. Every person will retreat back to their tribes. If you are a Luo, you know where you belong. If you are a Kikuyu, you know where you belong. If you are a Kisi, when it comes to presidency. But these are the positions we've seen people voting different tribes in Nairobi. Even Sakaja was voted by different tribes. Simply because, but look at the presidency. As a matter of fact, Luos voted for Raila. Kalenjins and Kikuyus voted for Ruto. These lawyers voted for Raila. The coast voted for Raila. So when it comes to presidency, it is a tribal voting. There is nothing else. Let nobody tell you about the Gen Z, because the president will not reach a Gen Z in Oma Bay, or maybe a Gen Z in the villages of Siaya. He is not seeing the president. So we'll be told, we've decided as a community we are going to vote for Ruto, or we are going to vote for this other person. So that's how it's going to work. And that's how I'm telling you, it's going to be very easy for William Samoei. This is going to be the easiest win for William Samoei Ruto. It is going to be the easiest race ever. Yes.
So, okay. In Nairobi, let's talk about the governor and the gubernatorial seat. Do you think who will determine? Is it the elderly people or the Gen Z's people will determine who the governor will be in Nairobi?
I think on governorship, it is the political arrangements, the coalitions we are going to have. That is what is going to determine who is going to be elected. It is either you are in broad-based or you are in the united opposition. So it is not about individual or independent, no. Align yourself well. The broad-based have got a chance, the united opposition have got a chance in Nairobi. So these are possibilities. And that's why you see Babu Owino is still undecided.